They were not looking for Bigfoot. That was the first lie they told themselves. The official reason for the trip was simple. 4 friends, 1 rented cabin, 3 nights in the Black Pine National Forest, and a camera to record strange sounds for a small YouTube channel. But everyone knew why they were really there. 2 weeks earlier, a hunter named Russell Kane had walked out of those same woods barefoot, bleeding and half mad. His rifle was gone. His dog was gone. His truck was found with the doors ripped open from the outside. When police asked what happened, Russell only said one sentence. It followed my voice home. After that, the internet did what the internet always does. People laughed, people argued, people called it fake. Then someone found an old newspaper article from 1978 about 3 missing loggers in the same forest. Then another story from 1996 about campers hearing a child crying outside their tent. Then a park ranger interview, quickly deleted, where he mentioned large footprints near the river, too wide to be human. That was enough for Marcus Vail. Marcus ran a channel called Dark Trail Files. He was not famous, but he was close enough to taste it. Every week he uploaded ghost roads, haunted bridges, abandoned tunnels, and blurry shadows in the trees. This time he wanted something bigger. He wanted proof. So he brought his girlfriend Erin, his younger brother Caleb, and his cameraman Josh to Black Pine. They arrived just before sunset. The forest looked wrong from the beginning. Too still, too quiet. Even the wind seemed afraid to move through the trees. Their cabin sat alone at the end of a dirt track, leaning slightly to one side, with old claw marks carved into the back door. Marcus laughed when he saw them. "Bear," he said. But Josh zoomed the camera in. The marks were too high. That night they set up motion cameras around the cabin, one by the woodpile, one facing the tree line, one near the old trail leading down to the river. Then they sat inside and listened. For the first hour, nothing happened. Then at 11:43 p.m., something knocked on the wall. 3 slow knocks. Everyone froze. Marcus smiled because he thought this was the moment. The clip, the hook, the thing people would replay and argue about in the comments. He whispered, "Did you hear that?" Another knock came. This time from the roof. Caleb stood up too fast and hit his knee on the table. Erin told Marcus to stop filming, but Marcus only lifted one finger to his lips. Outside, something moved around the cabin. Heavy steps, not bear steps, not deer, not a person. Each footfall pressed into the mud with a wet, deep sound. Then came the worst part. A voice from outside said, "Marcus." No one breathed. The voice was not loud. It was soft and rough, like someone speaking through a throat full of gravel. Again it said, "Marcus." Caleb whispered, "That's not funny." Marcus turned pale, because it sounded like Josh. But Josh was inside the cabin, standing right beside him. The voice outside changed. Now it sounded like Erin. "Come outside," it said. Erin covered her mouth. The thing walked past the window. They did not see a face. They saw size, a towering shape moving behind the dirty glass, blocking out the moonlight. Its shoulders were impossibly wide. Its head almost touched the cabin roof. The smell came next. Rotten leaves, wet fur, dead animal. Marcus finally stopped smiling. At 12:09 a.m., the first motion camera went offline. At 12:16, the second one died. At 12:22, the third camera sent one final image to Josh's tablet. A huge, dark shape crouched at the edge of the river trail. Beside it was Caleb's red jacket. Caleb looked down. He was still wearing it. No one slept. By morning, Marcus wanted to leave. He did not say it out loud, but everyone could see it in his face. Then they found the footprints. They began behind the cabin and continued in a circle around it. Each print was nearly twice the length of Marcus's boot. 5 toes, deep heel, human-shaped, but wrong. The strange thing was not the size, it was the pattern. The creature had walked around the cabin again and again all night, never breaking the circle, like it was deciding who to take first. Josh wanted to collect the cameras and go. But Marcus made one final mistake. He said, "We need the river footage." The third camera, the one that caught the shape, was still out there. If the memory card survived, it could be everything. Proof, evidence, 1,000,000 views. They followed the river trail just after 8 a.m. The forest was silent again. Halfway down, Aaron noticed the trees. Every trunk had a mark scratched into it. Long vertical cuts, higher than any man could reach. Some were fresh, leaking pale sap like wounds. Then they found Josh's camera bag hanging from a branch. Josh stopped. "That's impossible," he said, because the bag was still on his shoulder. When he opened the hanging bag, there was only one thing inside, a handful of teeth. Human teeth. That was when Caleb ran. He bolted back toward the cabin, screaming for the others to follow. Marcus shouted after him. Aaron begged him to come back. Then the forest answered. From somewhere ahead of Caleb, Marcus's voice shouted, "This way!" Caleb stopped. Marcus was behind him. The fake voice shouted again, "This way!" Caleb turned slowly toward the sound. Something moved between the trees, tall, black, waiting. Caleb screamed once, then the woods exploded with movement. The camera dropped. For 3 seconds, all Josh recorded was leaves, mud, and the sound of something dragging Caleb away faster than any animal should move. Marcus and Aaron ran. Josh followed, camera shaking wildly. They reached the cabin out of breath and slammed the door. Caleb was gone. Marcus called emergency services, but the phone only played back static. Then a voice came through the speaker, Caleb's voice. He was crying. "Marcus, it hurts." Aaron screamed at Marcus not to answer, but Marcus did. "Caleb, where are you?" The line went quiet. Then Caleb whispered, "Behind you." The back door burst open. Something huge reached inside. It did not enter fully. It did not need to. One long, dark arm swept through the room and grabbed Josh by the camera strap. He hit the floor, kicking and screaming as the thing pulled him backward. Marcus grabbed Josh's wrists. Aaron grabbed Marcus. For one terrible second, they formed a chain of living bodies between the cabin and the forest. Then Josh looked up at Marcus. His face was white. Behind him, outside in the daylight, stood the creature. Not a bear, not a man. A towering, hair-covered thing with deep-set eyes that reflected no light. Its mouth was too wide. Its teeth were flat and yellow. Its breath steamed in the cold air. And around its neck hung old objects, a dog collar, a hunter's watch, a child's blue scarf, trophies. Josh whispered, "Let go." Marcus did not. The creature pulled once. Josh vanished through the doorway. The screaming stopped almost instantly. After that, Erin changed. She stopped crying. She stopped shaking. She picked up a kitchen knife and stared at Marcus like she no longer knew him. "You brought us here," she said. Marcus had no answer. Outside, something began knocking on the cabin walls again. 3 slow knocks. Then Josh's voice called from the trees. "Marcus, I got the footage." Marcus covered his ears. The voice came again. "It's perfect." Then Caleb's voice. "Come see." Then Aaron's voice, even though Aaron was standing right beside him. "Marcus, come outside." By sunset, the cabin had no power, no signal, no way out except the dirt road. Marcus and Aaron waited until dark, then made a run for the truck. They almost reached it. Almost. The truck keys were gone. On the driver's seat lay Josh's camera. The red recording light was blinking. Marcus picked it up with trembling hands and pressed play. The footage showed Josh being dragged through the woods, branches snapping overhead, mud streaking across the lens, his breathing turning into choking. Then the camera lifted, not by Josh, by something else. The lens turned toward the creature's face. For a moment, it stared directly into the camera. Then it smiled. Behind it, in the trees, stood dozens of shapes. Not one Bigfoot. A family, a tribe, a colony, all watching the cabin. Aaron whispered, "Marcus." He looked up. The tree line was full of eyes. The disaster was never one encounter. It was a territory. Marcus grabbed Aaron's hand and ran down the dirt road. The forest moved on both sides of them. Heavy footsteps matched their pace. Something copied Aaron's crying. Something copied Marcus's breathing. Then, far ahead, they saw headlights. A rescue truck. Marcus waved his arms and screamed. The truck stopped. The driver's door opened. Caleb stepped out, covered in mud, smiling. Aaron knew first. She backed away. Marcus did not. He ran toward his brother. "Caleb!" The thing wearing Caleb's voice tilted its head. Then the real Caleb's voice came from the darkness behind Marcus. "Don't!" The screen goes black here. Only audio remains. Marcus screams. Aaron runs. Trees crack. Something massive charges. Then silence. 3 days later, police found the cabin empty. No bodies, no blood, no sign of Marcus, Aaron, Caleb, or Josh. But Josh's camera was discovered on the porch, placed neatly beside 4 pairs of shoes. Inside the camera was one final clip. It showed the cabin at night from the edge of the forest. The 4 friends stood in the upstairs window, staring out. Their mouths were open. Their eyes were empty. Behind them, something taller than the doorway slowly raised one long finger to its lips. Then, in Marcus's voice, it whispered, "Come back next weekend." And somewhere deep in Black Pine National Forest, something knocked 3 times on a tree, waiting for the next voice to follow home. Thank you for watching Fear Files Real Nightmares. Until next time, keep your lights on and your doors locked.